fine.
Okay.
All right. So it looks like we're live. I'm going to make sure it's streaming here.
Awesome. I just put up another thing on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Should be streaming to my page and to Redshirt Pictures page, and then yeah, there's on Facebook. I see it. Okay, good. So and all the comments should come in here.
Great.
Once people show up. All right, so we'll just give it a few minutes for some folks to get in here, and then
sounds good.
Get going.
So we're not just screaming into the ether.
Yes, this will be the part where people watch the video later going, man, they didn't really have anything going on at all, did they? And they'll be like, yeah, that's pretty much the truth.
Oh, goodness. Well, everybody who's just starting to watch now, I woke up really early just to be with you all after a long night of packing and shipping, for goodness sake. Whoever thought this would be my life?
It is.
It really is, dude.
Let's see here. Okay, yep, I see that it's live on the Synapse site right now.
Okay.
And it's on Diabolic as well.
Love that.
And then I think Orbit's DVD is going to be carrying it too, but I don't see it up there yet, but that's okay. It's going to be April 14th is when it comes out, so that'll be good. All right.
I love that.
So we're going to...
April 14th.
Yeah, April 14th. So yeah, we're waiting for a few more people to get in here, and then we'll start going over all the exciting news for the Hearts of Darkness, the Final Friday announcement, guys. It's finally coming out. We have a date, and we have pre-order links for you and details on what's going to be on the disc and just all that good stuff that, everyone needs to know at the end of a very, very long process to get this out, for which I was only there for about 4 years of it.
Yes.
So,
4 of the 6.
Oh, Jeremy Zink, you were at the Horror Hound screening, so that you were one of the 6 people that they managed to squeeze in there at the end of the day. Yeah, it was a weird slot at the end of the day on Sunday. People were tired and going home, and
yeah.
But the people who were there did seem to enjoy it very much. So
it is Horror Hound. So because that festival is run alongside of that convention, it rarely does anybody know that there's actually a film festival happening.
Right.
Which is a shame because they show good movies. Like Horror Hound, they have good taste and they put good stuff out there. They just don't let you know that there's actually a film festival happening.
Well, it's just it's such a big show now. It's
huge. It's huge.
And then the Texas Frightmare screening, that was a raucous event.
That was insane. 900 people. 900 people packed into that room.
My goodness.
And Kane Hodder, who had not seen the movie yet and was bitching because it was late at night. We showed the movie at 9, for God's sakes. And he was going to have to talk after it. So Grandpa wanted to get to bed. And I have to tell you something. I have never seen that man come alive the way he did that night. We were on stage till way after midnight because he wouldn't leave the stage. Like he was so in love with the movie. He was so happy that he would not leave. So it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we've got 46, almost 50 people here already. So that's
all right.
Great.
Love that.
So basically, I'll just kind of start this off by just saying a couple things. This was a long process, as Adam can attest to, getting this documentary done. Started pre-pandemic, and then the pandemic just made everything speed up so much, right? I mean, it was just
it was like a roller coaster.
And there have been some ups and downs and some rights and lefts and a whole bunch of stuff that's been going on, but we are at the end now. The good news is that Adam and Deborah, his wife and his writing partner, and have been up all night with the first initial shipments of the Blu-ray that are going out to the people who backed it on Indiegogo all those many years ago.
Yep.
And if all goes well, they're actually going to ship out on Friday the 13th.
Absolutely. That is the plan. We are planning to have these things leave our home today. I am going to be spending the rest of the day signing the signed copies. So that is the next part of my of the Hearts of Darkness process is a lot of signing to some wonderful people. And look, I gotta say, while it's been harrowing, that's for sure, these 6 years, it has actually been worth it for only the fact that there are 1,000 people who helped make this movie. And those 1,000 people have been patient doesn't cover it. And again, I feel bad for every single one of them. It was funny, somebody yesterday, because I made a joke about people living in my colon at this point waiting for this Blu-ray to arrive. And somebody wrote we're not mad at you, Adam, for anything other than you didn't you weren't communicating as much as we wanted. And I'm like, guys, I'm trying to get this thing finished and make other movies at the same time,
right?
And and also have a life, which of course, how dare me? How dare me?
That is awfully arrogant of you to do that.
Absolutely, but I will say everybody has been really wonderful, and anyone who's been frustrated, trust me, I understand it because I feel it. I have been just as frustrated as has Michael. Like every corner we turned on this project, it was like, oh, another 4-month wait because of X.
There was
constant.
Anywhere there could be a delay.
Yes,
there was, and then sometimes the delay had a delay.
Absolutely, and that is filmmaking. I mean, as we were, I was writing a letter to everybody who's getting there's a letter that goes in with every Blu-ray that we're sending out. And as I was writing it, I just suddenly flashed on what went down in Allentown.
Oh God!
And I just go oh my God, that was months of my life. That was months of prep, and then getting a shoot put together and getting a crew on location, and then no event happened. I mean, it's really been that. It's been crazy. Yeah,
it's just and I was supposed to be there, but then I got waylaid at because of a hospital stay, which was just more annoying than anything else. And it was just and then I'm getting reports from you on that thing about all the problems that are coming up, and it's just God, we should be filming the disaster of this.
Yes, the documentary about the Allentown experience is even more harrowing than putting together Jason Goes to Hell. I mean,
but we're not making that documentary.
No.
We're done with that.
No.
Shit. That's
no.
So anyway, so those are going to be going out to the backers of the documentary, of which I was one, actually.
That's right.
So
you're the third person to donate to this doc before you had anything to do with the movie.
Yeah. So there you go. Now, as far as everybody else is concerned, and of course, there's so many more people want to see it. It is now officially, as of this moment, up for pre-order right now. Finally. It comes out on April 14th, and it will be available for a limited... This edition will not be available forever. We're doing a 2-disc limited edition with an O card and some cards, and I'm going to show you a breakdown of what we are going to be offering here. That is basically the contents of the disc. It has this wonderful O card with the great artwork that Mark Schoenbach did for us. And the reverse is the original chrome skull that you saw that was used in the early stages of the campaign. So that'll be an option for you if you want. It's 2 discs, and I had this bright idea, and Adam was all too willing and happy to go along with it. There's a series of 6 collector's cards on the inside, which have custom illustrations, brand new illustrations done by Adam Marcus, and then essays on the back also written by Adam Marcus, which cover an interesting aspect of the film connected to the image on the back. So
and stuff that's not covered on the discs,
necessarily in the documentary.
They are separate stories.
Yeah, so there's one about Leslie Jordan and Kane Hodder. There's a really great story there about his brother's scene with the it's really cool stuff. And it's something that is it complements the documentary, doesn't repeat information.
Right.
So that is going to be available on this limited edition set. And as far as the special features are, we have 2 commentaries on there. One with Adam and Peter Bracke and Eric Beetner, the editor, the unsung and should very much be sung hero of this thing.
Yeah.
And then Deborah and Adam are on there as well.
And Allie as
and
well.
Allie Rivera Quinones is on there as well, one of our producers. And so that's a really raucous track because they pretty much, these guys have been friends for years. So just imagine what that is with, watching a documentary that's finally out and done and they're so happy. And then Adam and I did a commentary, a second commentary, in which Adam was horribly disrespectful to me the entire time. And basically treated me like garbage. Oh, yeah. So that's entertaining in its own right as well.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, if you want to see Michael get abused, it's it's
it's
tremendous fun.
Yeah, it's just great. It's just wonderful. So anyway, so if you go to synapsefilms.com, or you can go to diabolicdvd.com, or orbitdvd.com. Orbit. These are the 3 people that will be carrying this limited edition for the remainder of its life. Now, will there be another, like a single disc or something down the line? Everything's possible. We're not planning. We have no plans for it right now. I haven't talked about it. We're concentrating all firepower on this 2-disc edition right here, because this is the one, if you've been having any interest in this subject at all, this is what you're going to want. Because also, in addition to the commentary tracks, you get tons of featurettes. We did. There's so many of them. I've even forgotten how many we did. But there's a piece on Sean Cunningham that is in there. An additional interview with Harry Manfredini, Jonathan Penner, who was an actor who was cut from the film. Very entertaining stories about his experiences on the film, and he was almost cast as the lead.
Yes, as Stephen Freeman. He was cast, and a delay bumped it so that he couldn't do it. He was committed to another project.
And then there's a deeper dive into the editing process. We also have a wonderful onstage conversation between Adam and Eric and Deborah on stage at your acting class, where you hold your acting class.
My theater in LA, and at the Pico.
Yeah, and so you guys just basically talk about your history. It's a really wonderful piece. It's sort of the background, the evolution of Skeleton Crew, which is Adam's company, and you get a information on how Deborah and Adam met, and their relationship with Eric, and how he came back to work with them after being gone for a number of years. It's a really nice, very personal piece, and I think it's my favorite of all the extras that we got to do on this.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I love it too. I think. Eric was the one who really wanted to do that, and he's the one who kind of wrote up the interview, and then it just became this conversation, and it's very heartfelt and. I punked up during it. So if you want to see me, punk up like a little bitch, then this is for you.
That's always entertaining. That's
what I'm saying. That one's actually even one for the haters, because they can just laugh at me. So there you go.
That's good for all time zones.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Then you've got another piece, which is an extended interview with casting director David Giello, which is really sweet as well. It has a really nice ending. I won't spoil it for you here, but everyone, and you just get the sense when you watch all these extras how much everyone really enjoyed working on this movie, and really had a very interesting experience. Sometimes against what they thought they were getting into. You sign up for a Friday the 13th movie, you think, okay, well, what's this going to be? But again. And I've been trying to make sure that people understand this documentary isn't really just for people who love Jason Goes to Hell. You can hate Jason Goes to Hell. You can dislike it all you want. The documentary is really about Adam's struggle to make his first movie. It's a filmmaker's first step into that larger world of making, your dreams come true, and all the rewards and the pitfalls that come with it. With the added pressure and bonus of playing in an established sandbox with a franchise that had already amassed a huge following by that point, and you're doing something different. And then this is, of course, pre-internet. This is, years before the internet comes out, and then the internet hits, and suddenly a movie that was, thought of in a certain way, or at least seemed to be, is now being assaulted on all sides and treated like garbage, and misinformation gets out there, and then it starts to get redeemed again. So it's a really interesting sort of roller coaster ride where you see how this movie has evolved sort of in the fan consciousness, so to speak.
Absolutely.
And so it's really, I think it's a terrific documentary for anyone who wants to get a firsthand glimpse in what it's like to not only make your first movie, but to jump into an established franchise, especially one that by that point had kind of run out of gas, had already exhausted a lot of its, its opportunities, and was coming off of a few, Friday the 13th through the 80s was very popular, but then right at the end of the 80s, the interest in all the slasher icons of the 80s just seemed to like die overnight.
Like instantly.
Yeah. 89 was like it was like, Jason Goes to Hell came out, flopped. Nightmare 5, which was coming off the huge successes of...
You mean Jason Takes Manhattan?
Or Jason Takes Manhattan, excuse me. Jason, Part 8. Yeah, that didn't do well, even though it was getting a little bit of heat because of the ad campaign. Nightmare on Elm Street 5, which was building off the huge increased success of 3 and 4, that underperformed. Halloween 5, that tanked. So it was like horror was going through a transitional period, and already all those established franchise characters were dead. So Jason Goes to Hell doesn't come out for another 4 years at that point.
Yep.
And so,
and by the way, and it also been sold by its studio,
right? So it wasn't even over at Paramount,
because Paramount was like they never liked the Friday the 13th movies. They liked the money they made from them, but they didn't like the movies. And so it was sort of their dirty little secret. And even they went, "Yeah, we're done. We're done. We've squeezed this cow as much as we can."
Right. And and of course, there should be a ban going forward on the use of the word final in any Friday the 13th title ever again. It's been used twice, and it's been proven wrong twice. So they should just please stop doing that.
And it really was supposed to be the final, because it really was supposed to go to Freddy versus Jason at that point. And then it was going to be battle royales with Jason, which again, I still don't understand how we haven't had more of those.
And because it's not like that wasn't a huge hit. It was a big hit. And I don't know why we haven't had... We should be on Freddy versus Jason 12 by now.
We should also have Michael Myers versus Jason, and we should have Freddy versus Jason versus Ash, and like
Puppet Master versus Jason, or whatever.
100%. Yes, give Puppet Master and Leprechaun their chance.
Yeah, Dolly Dearest versus Jason. I don't give a shit. We'll do
Jason
it all.
Went to Hell. Why are we not with Hellraiser and Pinhead? And
and Pinhead and Jason have both been to space, so they could reunite in space. I mean, come on. Well, anyway, I do want to answer some of the questions that we're getting in the chat here.
Please.
Adam can probably answer this, or what our approach is going to be. When will the digital version be available for download?
I love it. The digital version will not be available yet, and there's a very specific reason why. So, when I made my last feature, Secret Santa, we went digital in the UK. Was the first place that it was released. Within 2 days of the movie being released digitally, the movie was stolen over 1 million times. 1 million times in a day. This is destroying independent horror filmmaking. Destroying it. Guys, the problem is, the minute the digital gets out the gate, suddenly... there is no way for filmmakers to make back a budget on a movie. It's impossible. You can't do it.
Once the genie is out of that bottle, it's done. It's just,
absolutely. And the thing is that what we're doing is we are giving the physical release a window. It's what used to happen with all media. Is you would have a theatrical release, which we treated our festival run as our theatrical release, and that has been amazing. By the way, one thing that everybody who, especially the backers of this documentary, need to know: this movie has been winning awards, like actually like winning best documentary at festivals. That's an amazing thing. I did not expect any of that. I don't think Michael did either. We put this thing out there thinking like, we just want people to enjoy themselves. Right. And the response to it has been so beautiful that we started talking with streamers. We initially were talking with a bunch of companies about the release of this on physical media. And I have to tell you, when Michael and I spoke, and we were talking about, the usual suspects that would come to the fray. He talked to me about Synapse, but more specifically about Red Shirt, and that is Michael's company. And guys, I got to tell you, it was an immediate decision for me and for all of my producing partners at Skeleton Crew. We wanted someone who would love this movie and treat this movie with the respect that we were hoping they would. And who better than the director of the movie to spearhead the physical release of the movie? And by the way, when you see this package, let me bring this up here. When you guys get this in your hot little hands, you're going to see, like, we didn't just make the right decision. We made the only decision, because the love and the care that has gone into this, by the way, just so everybody can see. So we have the incredible art by Mark Schoenbach on front. Like, this poster is extraordinary. And this was a surprise that Michael, threw at me while I was in Ecuador visiting my mom. This was the poster that he sent me, and you couldn't knock me over with a feather over this. But here's what's incredible. Mark then extended this artwork on Michael's request for the back of the disc to be this. Which, for anybody who loves Jason Goes to Hell, or even just likes Jason Goes to Hell, even someone who hates Jason Goes to Hell, is going to get this reference, is going to get, like, how clever and awesome this is. Guys, it's a hot dog stuck through a donut in hell, roasting in hell.
Right.
So, I mean, there is something so deliciously clever about that, right? We want this release, this incredible release, to actually have some legs and to give a chance to get out there and be seen by the people who are diehard fans of this movie, that are diehard fans of Friday the 13th, that are just diehard, horror fans. Because look, as Michael was getting to, this movie isn't just about Friday the 13th. It isn't just about horror movies specifically. It's about every one of you that's out there that dreams of telling stories, of making movies. It is my version of a blueprint to how I got there. And then Michael really kind of illustrates this alongside Eric Beetner. These filmmakers illustrate a path and a route that was full of brambles, that was full of all kinds of disaster, but that ultimately was my dream and then became my life. Mm-hmm. And that in and of itself, I don't know a lot of documentaries like that. I really don't. I don't know documentaries that talk about the filmmaking experience in a way that makes it accessible for others to go, wait a minute, I can do that too. Like, there's nothing standing in my way but me. Right. And I did it on a world stage. Sure, I was very blessed for that, and I was there from the beginning of Friday the 13th. For all the people who go, like, America doesn't even like the Friday the 13th franchise, you didn't know nothing. Guys, I was there on set for the original film when I'm 10 years old, for the love of God. But this is a movie that is that's about having dreams. And about, like, wanting to achieve something at an impossibly young age, and damn the torpedoes, we're going to do it. And that's how it went down. So again, this release is so beautiful, and it needs a chance to just kind of be the thing that this is Hearts of Darkness right now. We are going to be streaming. And by the way, the backers will get the streaming before anybody else gets the streaming, the same way the backers are getting the Blu-ray 2 months in advance of anybody else getting it. Because I don't know if we've even mentioned the street date yet, but it is. Oh, yes,
April 14th.
April 14th is street date. So people can pre-order today. I suggest pre-ordering today. Yeah. But April 14th is when anybody who did not back the campaign can get there. So again, guys, those of you, we are sending these out today. That's the plan. And you're going to get it almost 2 months in advance, which is amazing. And that Michael and Red Shirt and Synapse all agreed to that because they wanted to honor the fact that there is this group of amazing people that backed this movie and you guys get your copies first. So,
Yeah.
but just so that I can do a little bit of an unboxing video for my YouTube channel.
And I will show this one comment just to help address this. Will
Please.
there be a difference between the release version and the version backers are getting? No, you're getting the backers are getting the full McGillicuddy. They're not getting a special. And the big reward for them is not only are they getting it, some of them are probably getting it cheaper than what we're offering it for now.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, God, yes.
But they're also getting it 2 full months before anybody else gets it.
Yep.
So that's the way we are showing the appreciation to the backers for hanging in there. So you get to have bragging rights for 2 months. You can do that an obnoxious thing where you just stick it in someone's face. I have this and you don't.
Now I will say this: the people who are getting the VHS, which is also coming out in the next couple of weeks for backers, and then we'll come out on April 14th as well, officially. The people who are getting that are getting a backers edition that does have one difference, and it's a special note from me, a video note at the beginning of the VHS.
Oh, right.
From me to you guys. So that is there on the VHS edition, but not here on the Blu-ray. But by the way, so first we've got this fantastic cover art. Like, it's just the slip cover is just amazing, right? And I mean, and by the way, like, constructed like it's made of steel. It's like insane.
It's a double-walled one. So
beautiful. It's really like, this is a beautiful piece of production, right? And of course, this is amazing. And then, so here we are. We're inside the actual Blu-ray now. Okay, so you've got this cover art, right? You've got all this, and it's got all your extras, and it's got this wonderful little thing back here, and all the goodness. But then you can also go with the OG cover. Okay, with this was the materials that was used to market the film and to get especially for the Indiegogo people to get, like, this is how we presented the movie, was all of this. And Rod Lane, the brilliant German artist, is the one who did the artwork here. So you can have that displayed as well on the Blu-ray itself. By the way, just so everybody understands, my love of physical media is not just because it's the only way for independent horror filmmakers to make any money anymore and to actually support the movie that they made and to pay people who work their asses off on things. Because, again, remember, myself and our entire production team, Allie, Deborah, Brian, none of us have made a dime on this movie. Not $1. We've not had any money whatsoever, and we spent 6 years.
Really? Because I'm swimming in cash.
You did great, Michael.
Yeah, I embezzled the shit out of all the funds that I could find.
Yeah, there was so much to embezzle.
Oh yeah, there was just that big Scrooge McDuck vault of Hearts of Darkness cash lying around. Oh man!
Just to ship these to you guys, I am breaking into my piggy bank to do this. But now you've got, on the inside, you've got the 2 discs, right? And again, the artwork is just so good, man. And again, Mark Schoenbach's art on both discs. And again, 1 disc just for the feature and the commentaries and all that goes with that. And then a separate disc for all of the extra footage. And again, guys, I'm telling you, what's on here is much longer than what's on here. So you're dealing with a package that of materials. It is endless. Anything you want to know about Jason Goes to Hell is on here.
For example, Ryan is asking, will there be an Easter egg bonus feature of Adam fighting Sean Cunningham? Not physically fighting.
Not physically.
No, but there is definitely a featurette that addresses the Sean Cunningham situation.
Yes, so it does. And to that end, by the way, so now let's get into, okay, so first you got this fantastic Synapse Films catalog that's in here, right?
Yeah.
And it is like all of the stuff that Synapse
offers, yes.
Offers. It's crazy. Like, it's actually like a beautiful book. Like, I was shocked. I didn't even know this was going to be in there. So there's that.
They're in every release we do. So that's there's
absolutely.
And I love the fact that Trick or Treat's on the front cover. I
do too. Yeah, I do too. So pretty freaking awesome. Which is also Red Shirt, guys. You should be grabbing your copy of Trick or Treat. But then we get to the idea that Michael had that I thought was fucking brilliant. And I was like, okay, I'm in. I'll do the work. And so I did 6 portraits for this release. So there's good old Kane.
And these
So
are new illustrations that you did just for this. This
brand
is
new,
not...
never been, excuse me, never been seen before. And then on the back of this, okay, is a new story that is not represented in the documentary, not in any of the extras. This is brand new stuff. So this one right here is called Kane Hodder and the Tale of the Kindest Jason. Mm-hmm. And you will learn stuff about Kane. I told this story at the Frightmare premiere of the movie, of the American premiere of the movie, and Kane Hodder punked up on stage, got all teary-eyed, and hugged me. And then the next day, we were doing a photo op where he was in full Jason Goes to Hell regalia, and he and I were, we did a photo op with fans. And as we finished the photo op, he says, I was like, okay, we good? I'm going to go back to the table. And I go to leave, and Kane grabbed me, went, no, one more. And he pulls me to him and hugs me in this photograph. It's one of my most cherished memories now. And I've got this beautiful photograph of Kane in full Jason Goes to Hell costume hugging me because I told this story. So this story is like really kind of extraordinary. Then we've got Rusty Schwimmer. Mm-hmm. Okay. And a whole thing about the night before my director's test for this movie, and an insane story that includes John Woo and an actual shootout in the middle of Los Angeles that I was involved in after watching Hard Boiled for the first time ever seen in North America. Insane. It's insane. Then we've got Stephen Williams. Mm-hmm. And a whole thing about about Creighton Duke and his inspiration, which came directly from Jaws. We've got this one, which is Stephen Culp manhandling Carrie Keegan and about to impregnate her with the evil of Jason. And there's a whole thing about the curse of the movie The Hidden and how it has followed me my whole fucking life because of that. Then there is this one, which is a favorite of mine, which is Kip. This is my brother Kip. And this is the lighting effect that happens after Kip gets his head cut off. And it almost got me fired. 3 days before we finished the movie, I almost got fired over this. Yeah. So that whole story is there. And it begins my saga with Sean Cunningham and what ended up happening during post that was really nightmarish. And last but not least, and this one's really special, is I did a portrait of Leslie Jordan, and it is this is my way of saying goodbye to him and missing him. And it is a hilarious story about Leslie and the night that we killed him on set and how I destroyed birch beer for this poor man forever, which was his favorite soda. So, guys, you're getting all of these alongside of, these two discs and all of this artwork and just hours and hours and hours of information and entertainment. And by the way, this is not a dry documentary. This is a really sweet, funny, really funny. Like, be prepared to laugh. It's
very
it's
candid
hilarious.
too. It doesn't hold back on things. This is not a loving tribute to Jason Goes to Hell. No. Jason Goes to Hell is the conduit through which we tell Adam's story. And that's the thing that's going to come. You're going to really understand why everyone signed up to do this movie, including people who would normally never do a Friday the 13th
Absolutely.
movie. And it's and it definitely addresses head on the whole fan controversy that has erupted, where people have literally been wishing ass cancer on this man, over the years for making a movie they didn't like.
Yep.
And I think it's very interesting. So again, liking Jason Goes to Hell really doesn't necessarily figure into whether or not you're going to get something out of this documentary.
Absolutely.
This movie for me is not about the making of Jason Goes to Hell. It's about, again, a filmmaker stepping into that arena for the first time and discovering that it was more than he could have ever dreamed of, and also incredibly more challenging than he could have ever predicted. And I think, again, for me, as a filmmaker myself watching this, I would find it very inspirational and cautionary. But at the same time, you're going to go, well, you know what? I think it's still worth it. It's still worth it if you get to work with people like this and have these kind of experiences and learn the things that you learn.
Absolutely.
I mean, for Adam, it was a film school basically that was happening live on set.
Yep.
And you really get the impression that everyone had his back. Well, most people.
Well, most people.
Yeah. But, his cast and crew were there for him every step of the way.
Absolutely.
And it's just, I think it's really, really going to come across. It was seeing the cuts of it as Eric was working on them. It was just like, yeah, there's something. This is more than just because I can understand a lot of people being like, do we? We've had Crystal Lake Memories. We've had His Name Was Jason. What more is there to say about this? It's like a lot more.
Yeah. By the way, to the extent that when when we first decided we were going to do this, and this is even before Michael was involved. And by the way, it's the reason Michael got involved. Peter Bracke, who wrote Crystal Lake Memories, was the first person that I talked to, and he apologized to me because he's like, man, Jason Goes to Hell got short sheeted in the book, like it just did. and I got my balls handed to me over that book because Sean Cunningham was the guy who was sort of running that project. But then Crystal Lake Memories, the movie, comes out. Here's the thing: Crystal Lake Memories, which is a terrific documentary, and it's 5 hours for God's sakes.
Yeah, they have 10 plus movies to cover. So,
but there's literally 18 minutes about Jason Goes to Hell. It's like an extra. And again, by the way, the other thing about Crystal Lake Memories, something that people don't know, and if you don't, you should. I was never interviewed for that movie. There's interviews of me in the movie. It's repurposed footage from His Name Was Jason. So I was never approached to be involved in that documentary. So no one ever came to talk to me. There is not one piece of repurposed footage anywhere in this documentary or in the two disc set.
Adam, but trust me, Adam's interview is all new, all 6 plus 9, 10 hours that he did, where he sat there and you could, like I've said many times, you could see the sun rise and set. They had to adjust the lighting to compensate for the fact, it's 3 a.m. Yeah, we're not getting the sunlight anymore, are we? And then, how far is Adam into it? Pre-production? Oh, shit. Okay, well, all right. But he's so fucking interesting. That was the thing that convinced me to do the documentary, was watching as much of it as I could before I had the meeting. Because, we had the meeting to talk about it. It's just like, well, I'll watch the Adam interview. The meeting's not for 14 hours. How could I possibly? And then it's just like, well, I didn't realize there was 15 hours of interview. Okay, well, I should have known that going into it. I'm only exaggerating by about 1 or 2 hours.
You really are. Yeah. You really are.
But it was just, you could just see that this really meant something to him.
Yeah.
And, I'm not here to say what Friday the 13th meant to any other directors who did it. A lot of them cared very much, just as much as Adam did about what they did.
Oh, hell yeah.
But this was something that was, Adam wanted this. He really wanted to do this. Not just make his first movie, but to do it with this franchise, which, as he mentioned, had been in his life pretty much since the beginning.
Yeah.
Really meant something to him. And when you see a filmmaker have that kind of passion for their material, whether it's a Friday the 13th movie or anything else, or anything more quote unquote respectable, it doesn't really matter, because it's about the passion and the desire to tell a story. And again, whether you like Jason Goes to Hell or not, I think you're really going to get some really interesting stories about just the process of making a movie.
Absolutely. If you like filmmaking, if you have any interest in just how films get made and why they get made, and the passion of anybody who, and by the way, not just my passion, but the passion of like everybody involved. I mean, by the way, Bob Kurtzman ends up being the funniest guy in the documentary. Now, if you know Bob, the fact that I just said that sentence, you're like, wait, Bob? Bob's funny in the
I have a feeling. I just talked to Bob yesterday about some stuff, and I have a feeling after this documentary gets seen by a lot more people, go up to Bob at a convention if you see him and ask him to say Necronomicon.
Oh my God.
And that's going to be interesting. That's one of the funniest moments in the doc.
It's amazing.
And
he lands it with like the greatest punchline. That's the part that you're
I don't
like,
want to spoil that, but yeah.
No, not at all. But I'm like, Bob, holy shit, was that timing? Was that comic timing that you just pulled off? Like, look at you.
Yeah.
But again, when you listen to Bob, when you listen to Howard Berger talk about his side of the effects,
oh yeah,
there is such a passion from everybody. So here's the thing: you don't have to love Jason Goes to Hell. I would appreciate it if you did, but if you don't, that's okay too. This is a movie for everybody who dreams of being a filmmaker, and that's a lot of people out there. Look, guys, I know how many horror fans have a script sitting on a desk waiting for them to like somehow, crack the idea of getting money for your movie. No, this movie is about like, fuck all that. Just go make a movie. Just go do your thing.
Yeah. And I was looking at there's so many little things that come up. You were like, how could this have happened? Like, there's a great story about how they were ready to go. Script was done. He's casted the movie. He's crewed the movie. And then the head of New Line says, I don't like the script. It sucks. And so they were going to, pretty much the whole thing was going to get torpedoed. And then Adam brings in a friend of his, a screenwriter named Les Boehm, who basically just reformats the script to the way Bob Shea likes to look at scripts. Didn't change anything hardly. He wrote one additional page that had a couple of extra little things on there. And suddenly Bob Shea said, oh yeah, it's great now. He saved the movie.
He saved the film.
And he didn't do anything.
Yep.
He just reformatted it. And I love the story where you talk about, Les, do you want credit on this screenplay? He's like, are you out of your fucking mind? I didn't do anything.
But he does end up with a credit that I won't give away the punchline, because the punchline again,
it's great.
That's kind of what's fun. What's great about the way you and Eric structured the movie, Michael, is that you kept finding a way to land things with a punchline. It's why I keep saying it's a really funny movie.
Oh, very funny.
Every story has a point. And the point ends up being this revelation that's like a left turn and really fucking funny. And this
tells you a little something about the absurdity of the movie business at the end
Absolutely.
Of the day. It really,
absolutely.
And again, I got to give so much credit to Eric for finding those notes and keeping those in there. And you know, we had we were able to shoot a couple more of the festival screenings where Adam does Q&As. So they serve as a really wonderful sort of counterpoint to just talking heads. And we had wonderful behind the scenes footage that Robert Kurtzman had. And, all these photos from all these different people associated with this is not, whether, again, you can say anything you want about the doc, I suppose, but one thing you cannot say is that it's just a bunch of talking heads sitting there being kind of, blah, 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 blah. No, this is much more raucous and fun than that.
And by the way, like there's also there's surprises in there, especially in the interviews about like who we got, because we got so many people involved with this movie. There's literally, I think, maybe 5 or 6 people that we didn't get, and everybody else we got the executive at New Line who shepherded this movie through from the very first.
Mark Odesky, yeah.
And Mark is responsible for the Lord of the Rings films. He's the person who put that all together at New Line. He's the guy.
Yeah.
And you talk about a guy, like, again, it's a film executive, right? You never see film executives in these movies. Like, they don't show up. Mark and I have remained friends all these years, because he is a filmmaker. Yes, he's an executive. So what? He's a filmmaker. He's a producer. And you watch him talk about Jason Goes to Hell, and it's hilarious because there's this warmth and like excitement about what we pulled off and about how we were all these like children. Because again, that was the wonderful thing about New Line, is that the executives were not much older than I was. Mike DeLuca, Mark Odesky, they were kids in a sandbox. And we were sort of left to our own devices to like, go make movies, like be filmmakers. So it had almost a Roger Corman-like feel to it in the way we were doing this thing. So guys, and again, yes, the controversy with Sean is there. Absolutely. I also give Sean his due on how well he produced this movie, because he did. He did a remarkable job. So it's still one of the best line producers I've ever worked with. So all of that stuff is there. It's just there in a way that it illuminates the filmmaking process. And by the way, that's the reason, we had a different director on the film to start with. And that was, that was an amicable split because the other director just didn't have a vision for like what he wanted to do with the movie, like where we were going to go with it. He was collecting great footage, but there wasn't a plan. And when I met with Michael through Peter Bracke, I had known Michael's work. I mean, you can't be in our genre and not know Michael's work. Like there's just the dearth of work is it's unbelievable how much he's created. Not to mention, guys, if you've not seen the Creepshow documentary, do yourself a favor, like go watch that immediately. But more importantly, I'm gonna talk about one that I personally adore, which was After Effects. This is a documentary with George Romero that Michael did that for me feels like such a personal film.
It really was. Yeah,
it really is. It's a beautiful movie, and for me, it's like almost meditative about the filmmaking process, about like what it takes to be an independent filmmaker. And I think Michael cracked that open so beautifully. So when I met with Michael, he had this incredible entry point into how he wanted to approach this subject because he had watched some footage. And he suddenly went, I think there is a documentary here, and I think this is what it is. So,
hey, Jenny. That's Jenny Wright.
Oh, hey, Jenny.
Of Near Dark and I, Madman.
She's amazing. We've been Facebook friends for like 15 years now. Yeah. She's amazing.
Thanks for dropping by, Jenny.
So cool. Oh, my God. I had such a crush on you for so long.
Who didn't?
Right? Right? Which started not with Near Dark, even though that was the pinnacle.
Pink Floyd, The Wall.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. Oh, my God. My heart just leapt. So guys, look, Michael has crafted a movie that is really special. It's really special. I can't oversell it. The other thing is, look, when I was asked to make this movie, when the fans wanted this movie, and when TJ Bowser and Corey Kaufman totally snookered me into making it, sons of bitches. When they did that, I have to tell you what I demanded of myself and of Michael and of everybody involved with this. We are making an actual feature film. Mm-hmm. We're not slapping together footage from Zoom and any which way we can cobble this together. We wouldn't do it. And even the interviews we had to do remotely, we would either ship cameras to them or ship Ali Rivera to them to put up a camera in front of people and to do this the right way. We'd all be on Zoom talking with the person, but there was a real camera in the room with them where it could be shot professionally, where it could look fantastic. Even with COVID going on, we were not going to short sheet this thing. We just weren't. We weren't. I mean, one of the closest interviews we did to COVID was with Michelle Clooney, who, by the way, has never spoken about this film. And she had only seen the movie at the cast and crew screening. She never actually saw her death in its gloriousness. She had never seen it until this movie.
And it's captured on camera, her watching it for the first time. So if you want to see Michelle reacting to that wonderful tent scene, you get to actually see her reaction to it. It's great. It's really interesting.
My favorite thing about her reaction, beyond the fact of the reaction to the actual moment, which she couldn't believe, is how excited she is about her naked body.
She's, I look good. I was
like, oh my God. Yeah. It's really, she is adorable. But when we shot that, it was just after COVID, and, she's got a young son. She's got a career and a life. She doesn't want anybody coming in there, germ infested. And so truly we went to her home because we shot it. Everybody.
I wish I could have been there for that. That would have been really,
dude, it was so cool. It really was cool. We were in the backyard of her house, all distanced by 6 feet each. And we shot that way. Like, we actually shot with 2 cameras, a tiny skeleton crew, myself, Ali, our original director, and Peter Bracke. And we shot the thing. And I got to tell you, like, it was so warm and extraordinary and an amazing experience. And that was sort of the last moment we had with the initial team. And that's when Michael got brought on. And again, we had all of this great footage and nothing to do with it. Like, we just did not know what that movie was going to be. And my promise to everyone who was involved in the Indiegogo campaign was, we're going to make a real movie, guys. We're not going to make some slapdash thing. This is going to be a real film. And when I met Michael, I felt like, oh my God, I've just met a real filmmaker who's going to make this a real movie. And from that point forward, between you and between Eric, we were off to the races. Like, now we're making a movie.
I mean, it was really, I mean, and getting Eric Beatner, I mean, obviously Adam has known Eric his whole life pretty much.
Yep.
And Eric is he's a Susan Lucci of Emmy nominees for his editing on The Amazing Race.
10 nominations, 10 nominations. 10 nominations.
Yeah. So this is not some guy who is just editing out of his basement. This is a professional world-class editor who does a world-class job on this, because he had, as an editor myself, he had the hard part in taking all 100 hours of this footage that we had and figuring out how to shape it. I mean, I'm giving him direction on overall what we're trying to do and what we want to cut and so forth. But I had, in some ways, the easy part was like, I want you to try this, this, and this, and have this approach, and emphasize these moments and less on this, and blah, blah, blah. Have fun. And then I'm off, just wandering the streets, la, 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 la. And Eric's the one there going, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Adam doesn't stop talking for 55 hours. So it was, but again, it's like what was that quote? The Michelangelo's was like, the statue's already there. I just need to chip away the unneeded bits.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of what this was. And that's how editing is. It's like, all right, it's there. I just need to figure out what we don't need. And thankfully, Eric also did one great thing, is that any stuff he knew that was really good that just didn't fit in the documentary, he kept in a little bin. And then suddenly we have all these great extra features, which complement the documentary. And it's funny, watching all the extra features, because I had to prepare them for the delivery once we got them. It's like, this is all really good stuff, but I'm glad they are what they're not supposed to. I don't think anyone's going to watch that going, this should have been the documentary.
No.
It's great to watch by themselves, but that's the push-pull of a deleted scene, because most of the times I'll see deleted scenes for movies and go, that's a great scene. Totally understand why it's not in the movie.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I've only disagreed like once or twice in my entire life with deleted scenes from a movie. In fact, really only once now that I think about it. But that's it. And then the rest of them are like for example, I've never, like the French plantation scene in Apocalypse Now.
Right.
Love that scene.
It's a great scene.
It's a great scene.
Should never be in that movie.
No, it comes at the worst possible moment in that movie. It's like, we need to get to Kurtz now. We don't need another stop, but...
But
whatever.
You want people to be able to have access to the footage and to see what was done.
Yeah,
and
because it's interesting.
And look, and the other thing, it's so funny because, like, look, I said from the beginning, again, I was not going to make Crystal Lake Memories. Like, guys, we're not doing a 5-hour documentary about Jason Goes to Hell. That's insane. I'm almost embarrassed that the documentary is longer than the movie Jason Goes to Hell. But I have to say, what I was committed to was, like, anything that's interesting, anything that's really freaking cool about this movie needs to be on this disc, needs to be there for people to really check this thing out. And that's the wonderful thing about a documentary, especially when you're given the chance for a physical release.
Yeah,
guys,
exactly.
That's the joy. Look, by the way, when it streams, you are not going to get all the other stuff.
No, and this edition is only going to be available for a certain amount of time. If there is at some point a single disc edition, it won't have all those extra features. That second disc will be gone. So and it won't have the O card. It won't have the cards. It won't have any of that. This is going to be it. This is the big bite of the apple as far as the physical media is concerned. And it's region free, so you can.
Yes.
All you guys overseas, don't worry about it.
We're sending a shit ton of these out all over to Australia, to Ireland, to England. Like, it's going to Canada. It's going everywhere.
Right. So feel free. Don't worry about it. You can play it on your player, wherever the hell you are, and enjoy the shit out of this. So it's gonna. Yeah. I'm very. It's weird. It almost feels anticlimactic in a way now that it's out. It's like, oh, well, here it is.
Well, that's it. Now we're done.
Yeah. And I also don't have piles of them lying around my house. See, because that was the one advantage coming into this late, is I have no obligation on the Indiegogo campaign, so I don't have to do any of the work. I can just sit there and go, "That's too bad, Adam, that you got all that work." Well, I'm going to go out and play outside. La 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 la. But
I got into this to make movies, not to ship them. For fuck's sake. And Michael started this whole thing with saying like, "Oh, you got a copy of the movie there?" To show. I was like, "Yeah, I got a copy." He's like, "Yeah, because I'm waiting on mine from you." Like,
yeah, I don't have a copy yet. I don't even have the damn thing. It's. So yeah, that's why I was joking with Adam before we got on the stream. That's why I backed it so I would get a copy of it. But that's also why I stepped in to direct it to really make sure I would get a copy of it. Which now
and that it didn't suck.
Yeah, and then it didn't suck. But now that I think about it, it's like, well, that was a lot of effort to go through just to get a Blu-ray.
Damn scary.
I probably should have just not done that. But well, it's too late now.
Yeah.
I guess.
But by the way, what to Michael's points, guys, look. Even if you're getting a streaming copy, and those of you that have that in their perks, you will get that. It'll be the last perk we have to send out is links for those streaming copies. But guys, the streaming copy will not be all of this extra stuff.
No, the commentaries won't be on there.
Nope.
It'll just be the movie, which is fine. Look, I'm not here.
Which is terrific. I mean, we love the movie. It's great.
I'm not here to shit, and I'm not here to shit over streaming. It has its place. I'm not.
Absolutely,
that's fine. Do you think I stream shit all day? But with this, it's like physical media has a place too, and there's things that physical media does that there's no other way can. No other delivery method is going to do what physical media can.
Yeah,
and. Also, on just a very basic level, we've all put a lot of money into this and time, so it wouldn't be averse to making some of that back.
No, it would be nice to make people whole. That's all. That's all.
But no one's going to become a billionaire by releasing this. So at the end of the day, we priced it I think $39.95 for a 2-disc set fully loaded like this is a very reasonable price, and Again, whether you like the doc or not, you will not be able to walk away from this saying you didn't get your money's worth.
Absolutely.
So it's
yes. Look, guys, it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put into this thing. By the way, and that started with all of you. Anybody, look, if you're watching this stream right now, you've been involved in this from very early on. So I know that. And you know what? This movie was crafted because you gave us the wings to be able to do it. That's it. And so don't think for a second I don't honor that Michael doesn't honor that. We know you guys have been in for the long haul alongside of us. And it's also, by the way, why, Ali and I kept going online and streaming and talking to you guys about this. It's why I've always answered every question. Anybody who's had a question for me, I've answered it and tried to do it almost immediately. So it's been thousands of questions. That it is on me to do that. I always love when I would give like an update through Indiegogo and the people will be like, "You're not updating us." I'm like, "Oh, for the love of God, yes, I am." It's
I did a Kickstarter for Just Desserts when I released it initially on Blu-ray,
right?
And and to be fair, I understand people's they've been rubbed raw by a lot of scams and a lot.
You bet.
So I understand. It's like, what's going on with this? I give you my money. What's going on with it? I get that because I've been there too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I learned doing an Indiegogo that I never want to do another Indiegogo again.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
I
will say though, it is what's wonderful about it in a day and age where getting funding for films is harder and harder and harder. Mm-hmm. It is pretty cool when the actual audience goes, "No, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I actually want to see this. I'm going to pay for the ticket in advance."
No, and it does mean a lot. It does, and it's cool. Yeah. But I didn't realize that there was so much work that went into it. If I did it again, I would do it much differently than I did the first time.
I'd hire other people to deal with all.
Yeah,
of this.
Exactly. Because like
poor Ali Rivera Quinones, who right now is ill, while shooting her. She's the lead of the show Coco Melon. So anybody in there with kids, I'm sure are watching Ali right now on that show. This poor woman is trying to deal with all of the shipping stuff that's happening today alongside Deborah, my extraordinary partner and wife and my world. These two women are like, it is a Sisyphean task that they have taken on. And I'm telling you, Ali is sick as a dog in the middle of shooting her television show, and trying to get these discs to you guys.
Yeah.
This has been the process. Like, there's never been a moment when any of us have not been there 1,000% for this movie. 1,000%.
Yeah, but you discover, and a lot of people don't know this, and it's not their fault that they don't know this.
No.
Filmmaking, independent, big budget, doesn't matter. It's a lot of hurry up and wait.
Oh, you bet.
It's just a lot of, all right, we're good to go. Oh, we got to wait for the approval from this one guy. Okay, all right.
Yep.
Okay, we're ready to go. Well, he has to reschedule, so we have to wait another. Oh,
and
all right,
by the way,
everything's good. Everything's ready to go. Oh, pandemic. Okay.
Especially on something like this, on a documentary about a franchise, the amount of legal waiting.
Oh God, yeah, because it's you got to make sure fair use is applied, and
absolutely
you don't use the wrong thing you're not supposed to. Because all it takes is one image owned by one guy who's really overprotective of it, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, you just it's. Yeah.
Oh, but and by the way, legal shout out to Larry Zerner, who is our lawyer on this movie.
Shelley from Part 3 is your lawyer.
Yes, and the fact that we were doing this on a Friday 13th, that this stream is happening on a Friday 13th.
Which was an accident, by the way. We did not. I
completely.
Yeah, Don May from Synapse, who's distributing this through us for Red Shirt, he said we shipped the things to Adam. We're going to announce on Thursday, but then I went, wait, that's the 12th. Oh, all right, yeah, Friday. That works. Yeah, it makes sense. It's like, well, shit. Okay, great. All right. So it was just like, yeah, it makes perfect sense. So yeah. So so you may think, well, that was an obvious. Obviously, you planned that, and my answer to that is, sure.
No.
Yeah, bet we did. Absolutely, we did.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
We're thinking we're like master chess players. We're 6 moves out, man. We're
so good. So good, dude. So good.
There have been a lot of moments like that where something really wonderful happens, and we're like, yeah, no, we planned that. Yeah,
absolutely. It's exactly how we wanted it. We waited 6 years to release this so we could do this announcement today.
Right. Yes.
100%.
Despite the other 15 Friday the 13th that we could have picked before this.
Those weren't special.
Those weren't special. No. We needed the February one in 2026.
Oh yeah. By the way, I will also let people know, for any of you who still want to see this thing on the big screen, the number of requests I'm getting now to travel the country and show this thing live is kind of extraordinary. So those screenings will persist. That we will be doing this. So
absolutely, yeah. It's nothing like having a crowd there, or like
absolutely, and especially when it's shown when it's shown back to back with Jason Goes to Hell. Right, it's kind of it opens up, like you watch the movie and then go, oh shit, that's where all that shit came from.
And it's interesting because I've been to a couple screenings, including 1 or 2 with Adam, and we watch, and I can't tell you how many people came up to it going, that was not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
That was much more affecting and much more personal than I thought it was going to be. So, and I don't want to, some of this is going to sound like we're really puffing ourselves up here and being a little self-aggrandizing with some of this stuff. But honestly, I'm very happy with the documentary. Honestly, if I didn't think this was good, you wouldn't see my ass here right now.
No, we made a good movie. It's a good movie.
I would just be like, hey, Felsher, how'd that documentary turn out? Just buy it. Gotta go see it.
Gotta go. Bye-bye.
Like, yeah. It's like, what? Huh? What? It's just, no. So I'm not in the habit of going out and promoting things I don't think are actually good and worth the money, because, at the end of the day, I don't have much of a reputation, but enough of one that I don't want to tarnish it by recommending crap to people. So,
guys, and again, the edition itself is, there's so much love and so much care put into it. And Don at Synapse was incredibly instrumental in making sure that we had a playground big enough to be able to work. Michael's company, Red Shirt, is now being, getting a reputation for putting out stuff that is really well handled, and lovingly cared for. And guys, I'm telling you, I'm a collector.
It's lovingly curated.
It's bespoke.
It's
I will tell you.
It's so
I will tell you. I put my money where my mouth is. Literally, there are 17,000 movies in this house. In the house that I'm sitting in right now.
Only 17,000.
17,000.
That's it.
bite me.
Weak sauce. That's just, no, that's
Jesus
not good.
Christ. And now it's 17,001. Seriously.
So if anyone has any, we've been
please.
yammering on and like forever, but does anyone have any specific questions they want to ask? Please post on the chat and I will see. Again, through what site? Again, synapsefilms.com. You can go to diabolicdvd.com or orbitdvd.com. Pre-orders
and
are
it's all
available.
live. It's all on their front pages.
All their live.
Right
you can find them very easy. They're right there.
Yeah.
And you can't miss it. I mean, I guess you could miss it, but I don't know how you would. Because
I'll be posting all of it to my Facebook page. I'll be posting it to all the Jason Goes to Hell fan pages, to the Hearts of Darkness pages. It'll be everywhere. So
good.
We'll make sure that it's easily accessible. But you can go there right now. I literally have windows open right now. By the way, I love that we're being announced on the same day that Tag, the assassination game, is being announced, because I love that movie.
Oh yeah, Nick Castle's very criminally underseen first feature.
So good, dude.
It's really, really good.
It's really good. Yeah. But on Orbit DVD, there it is. It's right there, guys. Yeah.
Skip is asking me what was the one deleted scene that I thought should have been included in. I'm sure there are others, but the only one that really ever jumps to mind is there's a moment that was cut from the Simpsons movie where Homer is on his way back to the dome to free Springfield, and he hitches a ride on a sausage truck. And he gets out of the sausage truck and he says, "Thanks, I can huff it from here." And he goes off to the dome. And the driver of the sausage truck gets out and goes, "Well, time to check my sausages." And he walks along the truck going, "Checking on my sausages, gonna open up the door, gonna wait to see my..." And of course, everyone knows what has happened since Homer rode in the back of the sausage truck. We know what has happened. We don't see it, but we see him throw the door open, and then we just hear the driver go, "No!" And then it cuts to Homer climbing over the mountain to see the dome, and he's still got one last sausage hanging out of his mouth. But I just love that little song, that "Chicken on my sausage." It's just like, I would have left that in. I totally would have left that.
I will say the one that I disagree with the filmmaker about cutting, and I still don't get it. I know that the studio was pushing him to make it shorter, but I still think it's a mistake. I think the scene where Carter tells Ripley that her daughter has died of old age.
That one I wish he had left in too. I didn't need the scenes on LV-426 where they
absolutely don't need any of that.
But the resonance of her daughter dying of old age while she was in cryosleep.
Because then when she meets Newt actually carries way more weight because of that.
Yeah, I would have left that scene in. I agree with you on that. Because the LV-426 stuff is interesting, but I always like the fact that we don't have any we never see what happened on that planet. We're
going in as blind as Ripley is.
Right. And I enjoyed that part of it. So I didn't need to see, and once it's explained what happened, we don't need to see them actually going out there.
Absolutely.
But that's
anything that deepens the hero's sorrow so that journey is that much more satisfying.
Yeah.
That was one of those scenes that should have stayed.
No, I agree with you. And you know what? Next time I see James Cameron, I'm going to stand and say, "Motherfucker,
just pop him right in the mouth."
I'm going to pop him, and I'm going to say, "This is why you have been so unsuccessful ever since."
Exactly.
Then. Yeah.
Exactly. It's decisions like that.
Yeah, it's like Ryan says, and then David Fincher comes in and says, "Fuck your Newt," which. I love Alien 3. I absolutely love Alien 3. And I think one of the reasons I love it is it's such a deliberate fuck you to everything. It's hey, remember all those characters you liked from Aliens? Yeah, dead. Oh, and especially the little girl. Well, here's her autopsy. Oh my God. It's like wow. The brass-plated balls on that movie.
Hell yeah.
So I do enjoy the tone of it, even though it's the biggest downer. But it's one of those movies where it's like, hats off for just being so deliberately, we don't give a shit if anyone there's no happiness. Oh, and Rick Paulton has just joined. Where can we pre-order?
Rick, hey buddy.
Again, synapsefilms.com, orbitdvd.com, or diabolicdvd.com. It's right there on their front pages. You can pre-order through any of those sites. And you know, it's please. But that's the 3 sites where this limited edition will be, and it's not going to be available anywhere else. So those are the 3 retailers carrying it. Choose your poison, please.
Absolutely. No, guys, jump on this thing today, man. Seriously, I'm so excited for people to see it. I'm just so excited for people to enjoy this thing.
I'm really excited too, because it seems like, again, it's been a long process.
Oof, the journey.
And so it is very satisfying to have this chat where now we can actually answer the questions everyone has. When can I get it? This is when you can get it.
Right now.
April 14th, and order it now if you want your copy. Because again, we're only going to make as many as people, you know, we're not going to have 100,000 of these things flying around out there.
Yeah.
You know, people are going to buy it. And then when they're done buying this, we're done. We're not, you know, this is an expensive thing to keep making.
And then it will stream.
It will stream.
That's
the
point. The movie itself. But again, you will not get any of these extras, guys. This is that second disc that is way longer than the first. That's the thing to jump on, guys.
This is a good question. Did we have to work with Warner Brothers New Line to get this out? No.
Nope.
No. The way this documentary was constructed, it's very choice with any footage or any clips, and that's why we had a fair use lawyer in the form of Shelley from Part 3 from Larry Zerner to make sure that everything was covered legally, so that we, you know, and also no studio would have released a documentary that has some of the stories that are told in this.
No.
There's just certain things we were never going to be able to get away with.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do something that's going to be neutered right out the gate. Because I do a lot of studio documentaries, and it's funny some of the stuff that's gone through, but then there's other ones where they cut. There's one studio, I'm not going to name which one it is, but there's one studio in particular that I've had to work with. They used to be really good, but then at one point they got so gun shy that literally I wasn't even allowed to have stories where anyone had a bad day on set.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, no, that's negative. It's like, well,
but sometimes filmmaking is really fucking negative.
Yeah, and the stories weren't like, oh, this guy, you know, punched me in the face and killed my wife. And it wasn't anything like that. It was just like, no, I was in a bad mood that day. They literally wouldn't even let something like that go through.
Wow.
And so it was just like, I'm not doing it. So I haven't actually worked directly for that particular studio in 10 years, because it's like, you can't tie my hands to that ridiculous a degree. So if Hearts of Darkness had to go through those guys, Hearts of Darkness would have been 15 minutes long.
Absolutely. No, this thing does not shy away from any controversial moments. It just doesn't. By the way, it's also not a hit job on anybody either. Like, we didn't do any of that.
No, not at all. Not at all. No. Oh, I like to joke that April 14th is a bad luck day. Lincoln got shot and the Titanic hit the iceberg. Well, I would have liked to have known that before we picked that particular day.
Thanks, Eric.
Well, you know what? That's par for the course with this, really, at the end of the day. Yep. No, that's great. Thanks, Eric. I want to send you a special thanks for pointing this little factoid out to us.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Was there a bus of puppies and nuns murdered on that day?
Yeah, I'm sure there were. We just don't have their names.
Oh my God.
And where do you find that shit out? Do you just look up what shitty crap happened on this day? Oh my God. Oh, and it's your birthday too. Well, that's the worst thing out of all of it. Fuck the Titanic and Lincoln getting shot. You were born? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Well, thanks, so Eric. Love you, buddy.
So good. Good.
But then again, we could have chose any day and someone would have found, oh yeah, that was the day of the Jonestown Massacre. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay.
Well, I try to release everything on the Jonestown Massacre
yeah.
Day,
I mean,
so I was actually disappointed when we couldn't have that for this. You know?
Yeah. So, but we have to settle for Lincoln dying and the Titanic sinking, I guess. So I guess that's all right. Fine. That's good enough. Has Sean Cunningham? No, there's no way he could have actually seen the documentary.
No, he has not seen the doc. No. Well, by the way, we put in 6 requests for Sean to be involved in this movie. He never responded. He would not respond. And by the way, Peter Brackey put in 3 of those. And Peter is friendly with Sean. So Sean has not really talked about this movie in a while. I just saw Sean a couple months ago at Crystal Lake Nightmares in LA, and we had a very lovely interaction. It was very nice. There was nothing contentious about it. It's just, I think that this is one of those movies that he shit on it for so long that suddenly fans started hitting back with Sean about it. Like, I know that for a fact. And I think that he got embarrassed that he had been kind of shitty about the movie. I think there's an embarrassment there. Oh, God. Yes, Kane is interviewed like a motherfucker in this.
Oh, yeah.
thing.
He's
Kane's
not on the, he wasn't available for the commentary tracks, but he's a big presence in the doc.
Oh, yeah.
Big,
and he loves the movie. He's so happy with the movie, which
I'm very happy to hear about, because Kane's a tough, Kane's could be a tough customer on some of this stuff. I mean, it's, and the fact that he was so happy when Adam told me that he reacted the way he did, it's like, well, that makes me feel better, so I don't have to try to avoid him at shows going forward. It's just like,
you do not.
No, but of course, a handshake from Kane can kill you anyway. So
it's 100% true, and it's intentionally done that way.
Yeah. So, but yes, Kane is a major presence and a very entertaining presence, and I won't say what the story is about, but there's a credit cookie involving him that comes up that answers and resolves a long-standing question for fans.
And it was a thing that when Michael came on board, we had already gotten this one shot with Kane, and I said, the only demand I have is that the dead last thing in this movie has to be this particular story.
Oh, and also, I think we have the second longest credit since Avengers Endgame.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Because of all the Indiegogo backers that we had to list.
Yep, and everybody is on this movie. Like, everybody, including the people who bought the fuck you perk.
Right, yeah. And a big fuck you, too, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, the credits are pretty hilarious. They're pretty. By the way, there's also a great song that was written for the movie from a fan.
It's great. It's great
in Asia, who sent me this track and was like, "I wrote this for your movie." I was like, "Oh my god!" And it's a fantastic track. So yeah, guys, look, the music by Greg Delio is extraordinary. Like I'm telling you, everybody involved in this thing. Oh, Declan Boyle.
Oh, our credits, our opening credits are great.
Oh my god, we have a Saul Bass opening to this movie.
Right.
I mean, it's guys, it's really special. It's a really cool movie. I'm telling you, we have animated credits for God's sake.
I know it was, and any new interviews with Leslie Jordan before his passing? Sadly, that wasn't possible.
No, he died actually just before we were supposed to talk with him, because again, it was right as COVID was ending, and that's when we lost.
But
Leslie,
he definitely gets some moments in the documentary.
Yes.
And he's one of two people that the documentary is dedicated to, and one of the cards that Adam has is a very special story about him. Yep. So he is definitely well represented on this set.
Yeah, he is he is in his own way the guardian angel of this piece.
This actually reminds me of something else. There's a lot of footage of the effects being shot that Bob Kurtzman has.
Yes.
So you get to see a lot of this stuff in detail that you don't get to see in the movie. And one of the extras is some footage is the shooting of a stage of the Jason that comes out of Kip, where he's essentially a big, large guy. He's like the last thing that never made it to end the movies. That footage has never been seen, but you do get to see some extended footage of it being shot.
Yeah.
So that has never been seen before.
Yeah. And it's really, it's pretty impressive stuff, guys. Yeah. I will tell you, that was one of the things we were terrified about with when we were making the documentary, because at the time, New Line was not spending money on BTS footage. There was no behind the scenes, team.
I think Entertainment Tonight came by.
They did. They did. And
but that's it.
God bless them. They did a beautiful thing. And it's funny because one of my best friends is John Tesh's stepson. Oh. And I'm always like, listen, your stepdad did me a solid, man. He put together like one of the best pieces for Jason Goes to Hell before the movie came out. But we had no behind the scenes footage. And when I was talking about this with Bob Kurtzman, I was like, I don't know what we're gonna do, man. Like, it can't just be talking heads. Like, this sucks. It's just gonna be images from the movie and talking heads. I was like, there's no behind the scenes footage. He goes, yeah, there is. I said, what do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, there is. He's like, I got some. I was like, you what? He's like, yeah, man. Back then, we shot behind the scenes on every movie we did because nobody ever cared about the effects crew and getting that footage. And I'm like, oh my God, can I see it? He's like, yeah, you can have it. Give me $1. So I gave him $1 and he gave me the footage. And that's how that happened. And by the way, here's what's also crazy. Michael knew about this footage before even coming onto this thing because he had helped Bob digitize that footage.
Right. So I had it all digitized already.
It's crazy.
So it's just like, oh yeah, I got that shit. It's like, and that, as an editor will tell you, and Lord knows I've come across this, when you have shit like that, it's gold in your hands. I mean, it's absolutely like when I was doing the documentary for Evil Dead 2, I had 7.5 hours of behind the scenes footage on that. And so when I gave that to my editor, it was just like, and so
amazing.
I mean, you feel like you're there making the movie along with them, so it's, and these guys are, these guys, you remember what it was like in the 1980s. Makeup effects guys were rock and roll stars.
Oh yeah.
They were the heavy metal stars of horror. And there's some I was just talking about this with Bob the other day of, I won't mention what it is, but there's some stuff that they would do on set, especially on like Evil 2, where it's like, wow, that's really not politically correct at all. It's like, these guys were wild kids, man, just doing all this stuff. And, there's a lot of downtime when you make these movies. And so it's like, well, what are we going to do? Well, let's do this little sketch with this severed baby body or something. It's like, okay. Oh my God. It's like, well,
by the way, and that was Greg's contribution to K&B was forcing the guys to keep their long hair to like really grow it out and all that. Because literally they were like the hair metal band of makeup effects.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All those guys look like they just walked off the set of, or the stage from being members of Poison or something. It's just like, and it was a really unique, but they, I mean, those guys were the heroes in Fangoria,
Absolutely.
It used to be like Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing and those guys, but then in the 80s, it was the makeup effects guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so it was, but so you get to see a lot of Eric used up almost everything he could of the behind the scenes. Yes. There's footage of Adam on the set directing,
which is crazy.
Yeah, and you get to see, and this is covered in the doc too. Adam, as you can see, has a beard. Has had a beard most of his life, but he made a decision prior to stepping foot on the set. It's a new beginning, new Adam. He shaves the beard. Adam looks like he's maybe 16 years old.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's walking onto the set with a lot of industry veterans, and he's pretty much like, "Hi guys," It's just like, "Oh my God, who is this kid? Who the fuck is this?"
Oh, it was such a bad.
All the behind the scenes footage and all the stills of Adam, it looks like whose fucking cousin wandered onto the set?
Whose son showed up?
Yeah. So
like, it was bring your kid to work day? Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Essentially, it's what it is.
Yeah.
Because wasn't it Bill Dill who said, "How fucking old are you?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because he had only known me with the beard up until that day, up until the first day of production.
Right.
Oh,
so every shot of Adam on that set is basically, oh, someone let a junior high schooler in here.
Yeah.
Get him off the set. Where's the director? What? Oh shit, really? It's like, God damn.
So true.
But the documentary's full of shit like that, full of just stories of real human moments on during the making of this thing.
Yeah.
And it's for me, what was the reason I signed on was after looking at the interviews. It's like, oh, okay, so this, it's about the making of Jason Goes to Hell, but it's not really about that at the same time. The best documentaries are about seemingly one thing on the surface, but it's really about 2 or 3 things that are going on underneath it all.
Yeah.
And like, that's why I thought Never Sleep Again was such an amazing documentary, because it's certainly about the making of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, but it's also about horror in the 1980s and the evolution and the rise and evolution of New Line cinema. And so that was what captivated me. it's almost like Jason's the icing on a really good cake here.
I love
It
that.
basically is.
That's good.
So anyway, but that's okay. Again, will the Kickstarter be version no? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
The Kickstarter, you're getting the same thing. You're just getting it 2 months before everybody else.
Yep.
So, and again, chances are based on your donation, you're getting a bargain. So there you go.
Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. No, and again, guys, look, as promised, you are getting to see it before anybody else gets to see it.
Right.
This is, and by the way, when I say that, for those of you that have been like, oh, why was it in festivals before we got to see it? Okay, first off, because it's a feature film. And
right, got to get, people need to see it.
And I said it from the beginning, we are going to try to give this thing as much theatrical as it can before anybody else gets to see it. The thing is, when I say you'll be the first to see it, I mean that. No one has seen the extras. No one. So you are getting the first view of all of this mountain of footage, all of this stuff.
Yeah, and 2 commentary tracks, which no one has heard before.
Absolutely. Brand new.
It's over 4 hours of additional materials.
Absolutely.
And not to mention, there's artwork galleries, there's fan testimonials, there's footage from a premiere of the doc at the Gardenia Cinema that Adam was at. I mean, it was just... We pretty much we tried to shove everything we could in there. In fact, there were some things we wanted to include we actually weren't able to.
Yeah,
because it was just that we don't have room.
Yeah,
or there's just
there was a great extra about Andy Mangels, who was the one of the writers and artists of the Jason Goes to Hell comic book from Topps back in the day, and we literally had no space. So now I'm actually going to release that to the Indiegogo fans as an extra, just to give you guys an extra thing that nobody else will get. Yeah. So we packed this thing, and we packed it for the people who helped make this movie, which was all of the people in that Indiegogo campaign.
Yeah, I think that again, it's just I'm very proud. This is now my 3rd Blu-ray release from Red Shirt Home Video. Mm-hmm. After Effects was the first, Trick or Treat was the second. This is the 3rd. And out of those 3, I have to be honest with you, this is definitely one of them.
Son of a bitch. I was so getting suckered in.
I know. See, I reel you in, and then I just dump you back in the water. So it's just, I can't, Adam, I can't not be a dick when the opportunity comes up. I've got to embrace it. So
I know. It's your charm. It's the only charm you have, but it is your charm.
That's pretty much it. That's what I got one chord, and I'm going to play the hell out of it. So that's just the way it goes.
You're like every douchebag college sophomore with a guitar.
Damn right.
Damn right you are. Damn right you are.
Yeah. And I'm the best at that shitty thing.
That's true. You really are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
Well, yeah. So anyway, we've been talking now for almost 90 minutes. So I think that is going to sum up what we can possibly tell you. What if there's anything else, I'm sure Adam and I and maybe some other people will be doing some more podcasts talking about this thing over the next couple of months. Yeah. So there's going to be some more opportunities to ask questions and talk about Hearts of Darkness between now and April 14th, the day of death. That Eric has so wonderfully alerted us to. Thank you again for that.
Titanic, Abe Lincoln and Hearts of Darkness.
The only way that would have been worse is if somehow Lincoln had gotten shot on the Titanic and gone down with the ship then.
Absolutely.
And then John Wilkes Booth had been one of the survivors. That's about the only way that would have been worse.
But I think it was Lincoln who actually had contributed to the Indiegogo campaign and was waiting to watch this when he got shot.
He saw the writing on the wall even back then.
Yeah.
Physical
but other
media
than that, how was the show, Mrs. Lincoln?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Other than that, how else did you enjoy the play? Oh my God. Yeah. Now, Joseph brings up a very good point here, actually.
Yeah.
So you've now talked about the documentary about Jason Goes to Hell longer than Jason Goes to Hell. So,
for fuck's sake.
Yeah. So, that's the problem. Adam and I don't know when to shut up. We never have. Really don't. So
and then we egg each other on.
Yeah, and then eventually it's like 5 hours have passed, and
it's just forever.
And there's nobody left in the chat anymore by that point. It's like, when did everybody leave? Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah.
So instead, we're gonna then now say that this is enough of this shit.
Love it.
Please consider pre-ordering
Yes.
Hearts of Darkness at synapsefilms.com, orbitdvd.com, or diabolicdvd.com. If you have any questions, I'm reachable on my Facebook page. Adam is reachable through Instagram and Facebook or wherever.
Yeah.
I'll post his phone number everywhere so you can call him directly and ask him for tracking numbers for all the stuff you're sending out.
Kitty, scratch his eyes out. Get him now. Get him right now. Oh, no, not. Oh, all right.
Yeah. So, I
will also post all of the links to all of these places to purchase on all of my social media, so anybody can get to them very quickly.
Yes, I will be doing that as soon as we get off the horn here. And well, listen, guys, thank you for tuning in. We only did this at 11 a.m. because that's when the links were going live. So we wanted to, be the first to tell you go get it. And again, we really hope you enjoy it. And if you don't, chances are we still got your money anyway, and haha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we'll have enough money to go out and get the large meal at McDonald's.
Absolutely. Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know if I can supersize.
We're supersizing that shit. We're gonna do it. I'm telling you right now.
And I'm gonna go and go back into the pile, the enormous Mount Vesuvius of Blu-rays that I have to ship out today.
Yeah.
So
and make sure mine goes out first. Make sure I want priority.
No, yours is it's very special. It's in a special spot.
I'm never gonna get it. Okay, well that's fine. That's cool. I don't even like the doc anyway. So whatever. I don't want to watch it. That's what
I love that the guy who owns the company that's putting the movie out does not have a copy of it. And
I know, and that happens a lot.
I kind of love that.
Oh, that happens a lot. A lot of the stuff I work on, people, I got your thing. It's like, oh, that's out? oh shit, I got to get a copy of that. So yeah, like Trick or Treat, people had that limited edition for like a whole week before I had a fucking copy of it.
Of course.
And I was just, but the thing is, like when I get my Hearts of Darkness, this is how it's going to go. Oh, great.
It's true. I don't want to watch any of this.
I don't want to watch it. I've watched it 500 times in the past 6 months.
I'm fucking done.
Yeah. And yet I can still watch it because it's that good a documentary.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. There you go.
Love you guys. Thank you all for being here this morning with us.
Oh, there's one last question. Before we go.
Yeah, please.
Can you answer this man's...
Do you have an order of shipping, like who back first, second, third, etc.? No, we are shipping all of it together. Everybody's getting it. All the Blu-rays will go out the same time, and then all the VHS will go out the same time after that. And no, we are egalitarian in the way that everybody gets what they get. So
because all the people who are backers are all equal in his eyes.
Absolutely. It's also that I want to get them the fuck out of my house.
There's just the basic reality. You should have seen. He had to ship me some hard drives for this thing, and one of the hard drives weighs more than my Chevy Equinox does.
It's insane, guys. It's insane.
It's like,
and then Michael just shipped it back to me, and it literally is sitting in front of the area to my office because I can't. Because it's so heavy. I'm like, I don't want to carry that down.
Oh man. Hey Peter. Oh hey, Peter Torres is giving us a little. That was a wonderful event in Croydon. I had such a good time.
Croydon was amazing. Hey Pete, how you doing, brother?
Had a wonderful time at that event.
Peter's amazing. He's an amazing guy.
So much fun there.
Yeah, we all got to have dinner together actually.
Yeah, that was great. That was such a great time.
That screening was incredible, and that was part and parcel with the guys who were doing the VHS. So it was
right. Yeah, oh man, I saw some stuff there I hadn't seen since the video store days in the mid '90s. It was so awesome.
Yep.
Eric is making a very important point here about the shipping. You got to make sure that this is probably the most.
As I said, Eric, I've got his copy in a very special place. So
yeah. I'm never going to see it. That's never going to happen. Yeah. Or I'm going to get it and it's going to be like, why is it wet?
You'll get it on the day the Titanic sunk. Right, Eric?
Sounds about right. Yeah. On Eric's birthday, I'll get it. Oh, anyway. So, guys, thank you very, very much. Look
It's
for
amazing.
look for the pre-order links to be flying around everywhere here in the next hour or so.
Yep.
And you will see me and Adam again talking about this on some other podcasts coming up between now and April, and probably after that too, because again, you can't shut us up. So
No, you can't. You can't.
Thank you all very much for coming in this morning, and thank you for your support.
And happy Friday the 13th, everybody.
And how do I stop this stream? I never know how to. It's always awkward because I'm like, okay, where's the stop button on this fucking thing? And then I'm usually in the middle of saying something when I